Friday, your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. I'm Flora with the FloraSage Therapies Institute.com. Have you ever felt overwhelmed? Have you ever felt like life is just a bunch of bullshit sometimes? Well, today I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps, 3 simple ways on how to eliminate bullshit and overwhelm forever. Now, what is overwhelm? The feeling of overwhelm is many times felt when we feel like life is too scattered. Life is just chaotic. We have way too much stuff to do and not enough time to do it. We feel overwhelmed when we see others succeed and we start to compare ourselves with, well, why do they have that? Or why do they have this and I don't have that? Also, we start to compare ourselves from how we were in the past. Many times people feel overwhelmed when they're in a situation and they don't feel safe or they don't feel able to speak or share their truth. Many times people feel overwhelmed when they choose to take or choose not to take personal responsibility and they choose to take the easy way out and hold back their truth. Now, these are just some examples of what overwhelm feels like and looks like and how overwhelm happens in our life. But addressing overwhelm and eliminating it is super simple and super fast if you give yourself permission to do it. Step number 1 in eliminating overwhelm and bullshit in your life. Identify and get clear on why you feel overwhelmed. Step number 2 is make a plan or set a goal to clear that overwhelm. Basically, how can you fix this? How can you address the overwhelm or the reason why you're feeling overwhelmed? And step number 3, take personal responsibility to follow through with that plan or that goal. For example, let's just say that every time you balance your checkbook, you feel overwhelmed. And so ask yourself, okay, so I'm feeling overwhelmed. Why do I feel overwhelmed? Well, I'm feeling overwhelmed is because I'm always in the hole in my checkbook. Okay, so that's the why, is you feel that you are overspending. So what could you do to address that overwhelm, to address that why? Okay, so you're overspending, so you're feeling frustrated and overwhelmed. So your plan of action could be to start using the envelope system. The envelope system basically is saying, okay, I have this much money left over every month. And so instead of keeping it in my checking account and using a checkbook or using a debit card, I'm going to just take the cash out and put it in an envelope. And so for the rest of the month, I only have this much cash, or for the rest of the week, I have this much cash to spend. That is a plan of action. That's a goal that you can use and utilize and implement into your life and to keep you from getting in the hole or overdrawn. And then taking personal responsibility throughout the month and only spending what is in that particular envelope. That is a 3-step process for finances. Let's just say that you look at your bank account and you want, way more money in your savings account. Okay, so that's addressing the why for the savings. And then you can say, okay, so what's my plan of action? Start saving more. And then step 3, take personal responsibility and follow through with that. Every time you get paid, put 10%, right off the top into savings. Let's just say that you have a challenging relationship with a coworker. And every time that you speak with a coworker, they say something that is maybe derogatory to you. And instead of speaking your truth and calling them out on it, calling them out on their bullshit, you choose not to. And every time you speak with that person, you feel really overwhelmed. Okay, so first identify why you feel overwhelmed. Well, that person is speaking to you in a way that you do not find respectful. So that's the why. So what could you do in order to address that? Well, you could speak your truth. You could articulate why you feel that way. And then 3, follow through with it and share your truth with that person. Now, taking personal responsibility is one of the keys, the absolute keys to becoming fearlessly inspired. If we allow ourselves to figure out what's going on, why it's going on, and how we can address that, how we can make a plan of action to fix it and to address it and to allow ourselves to clear that energy and that overwhelm and start taking personal responsibility, that is one of the fastest ways to become fearlessly inspired. So this week's challenge is to notice when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel like there is a situation riddled with bullshit. Step one, stop and say, okay, why do I feel overwhelmed? Get really clear on the why. Step two, figure out a plan of action, figure out a goal. And step three, take personal responsibility and follow through with that plan of action and with that goal. And this is a surefire way to become fearlessly inspired. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media platform, as well as in email. If you haven't got your free e-kit, please head on over to my website, FloraSage.com, and download your free e-kit today. When you download your free e-kit, I will send you all kinds of fun tidbits of information and free videos in your inbox every single week. Until next week, I'm wishing you a fearless and fabulous week. Bye-bye.